You've written the instructions. You've tested the YAML front matter. Claude follows your workflow perfectly on your local machine. But an isolated file sitting on your desktop has zero real-world impact. To turn that code into a usable tool, you have to package, document, and distribute it to your team. The first decision you have to make is where this tool will actually live. You need to choose the correct deployment environment based on who is going to use it. Writing the code is only half the job. Technical execution only generates value when you successfully place the tool into the right user's hands. Because agent skills are built on an open standard, they are entirely portable across different platforms. You aren't locked into a single ecosystem. This matrix maps out your two deployment surfaces. Look at the front-end Claude.ai column. Deploy here for end users and individual ad hoc workflows. Now check the API column. This back-end infrastructure is for automated pipelines, production deployments, and programmatic systems. These two environments handle your files entirely differently. Your choice here dictates how the skill activates, who has access to it, and how version control is managed. Matching the skill to the exact deployment surface is the foundational requirement for both system stability and user adoption. For internal operations, you don't have to rely on individual employees updating their own files. Instead, you can use workspace-wide organizational deployments. System administrators can deploy a skill centrally. When the workflow improves, the admin updates the files once, and those updates deploy automatically across the entire team. Public distribution requires a different approach. This is especially true when your skill relies on an external Model Context Protocol, or MCP, server to function. When sharing externally, embed your skills documentation directly into your existing MCP repository. Link the skills right from your primary README file. By co-locating the skill and the server instructions, you give third-party developers a seamless, single-page guide. They find tools and instructions in one place. Treating skills as core infrastructure, rather than optional add-ons, ensures that your specific workflows are applied consistently across any organizational boundary. Even with perfect documentation, the end-user installation experience is the most common point of failure. If the setup is confusing, users will simply abandon the tool. To prevent that drop-off, you must provide a standardized two-step installation guide, eliminating all setup ambiguity. Step 1 is the download. Give the user the exact repository clone command they need to copy, alongside a clear option to download the zip file directly from your releases. Step 2 is the installation. Write out the exact UI click path. Open Settings, click Skills, and select Upload Skill. Tell them exactly where to click. Providing exact copy-paste templates removes the cognitive load from the user. They don't have to guess or troubleshoot. They just follow the sequence. A frictionless onboarding document is just as critical to your tool's success as the underlying code that powers it. There is one final barrier to adoption. Developers frequently fail to properly describe their skills to the non-technical users who actually need them. The most common mistake is focusing the description on technical architecture. Developers write that the tool is a folder containing YAML front matter and Markdown instructions. When a project manager reads about YAML and Markdown, they assume the tool requires coding knowledge. They misunderstand the product and ignore it entirely. Your messaging strategy should focus entirely on the workflow and the specific business value the tool generates. Instead of describing files, market the combined power. Our MCP server and skills teach Claude your sprint planning workflow, enabling true AI-powered project management. End users ignore the back-end files. They want zero manual setup. They want accelerated daily output. You've planned the logic, written the files, tested the execution, and deployed the tool to your users. By completing this lifecycle, you replace chaotic, ad hoc prompting with organized, reliable tool execution. Your specific domain expertise and organizational best practices are now permanently embedded into every AI interaction your team makes. This deployed skill is the foundational layer for building more advanced automated AI agent systems. Subscribe to the channel to learn how we construct those pipelines in the next tutorial.